Oops. No, no, no. There you go. Hey. Today is Friday, May 29th in the year 2020. Obviously, off to one of the best starts of any year in my lifetime. No, in all seriousness, that's hasn't been a great year for a lot of people. But you know, ever since early March here in Southern California, we've been essentially quarantined to our houses and our homes. It's been a crazy time. A lot of people are going through, you know, financial struggles, health struggles, and fortunately, I can say that I haven't been affected too hard. In some aspects, you know, you could say I've actually thrived in the quarantine. So I consider myself very lucky for that. But it's come to the point where I need a new hobby, hopefully something that can help keep me busy in the downtime, which I seem to be having a lot of lately. And you know, hopefully something that can help me improve on certain skills, public speaking, helping me stick to my diet, which is big for me, especially right now when the temptations, you know, all around you. And you know, I don't know what this is gonna be on a day-to-day basis. Maybe, you know, a video a week, maybe 2 videos a week. I don't know. We'll see. I like the concept of documenting full days of eating because those are the kinds of videos I like to watch. And on this new diet, which is going to be kind of a caloric surplus. Hopefully, the goal is to gain a little bit of weight in the next couple months. Considering that I just finished a diet where it was very low carb, only about 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day. That was meant to be a really big cutting diet to get me beach ready. We had a couple trips lined up that unfortunately didn't get to happen because of, you know, everything. But I went ahead with that diet anyway, and we're done now. So time to put back on some of that weight that we lost, hopefully in the form of good muscle. But I'm hoping, the hope is that by documenting it, it'll help me keep to it a little bit better, keeping myself accountable. And that's the goal. That's the goal. So I'm recording this part right now. It's the beginning of the video, but it's actually about a little past 5 p.m. on Friday, and I've already shot 2 meals. I've already had 2 meals and recorded 2 meals, so some of the footage you'll be seeing in a little bit actually already happened, but I still have 2 meals to go today, and we'll get into those you know, a little further on. But at the end of the day, the goal of this channel and these kinds of videos is to just, I don't know, see what happens. It's cool to document things, you know. This is a really interesting time in the world, and who knows, in a couple of years, hopefully things are a lot better, and this might be something to look back on and really appreciate, or just something cool to look at down the line. So that's enough of me rambling, I guess. We do have a lot of food to get into for the day. The macronutrient breakdown on this new kind of diet that I'm going to be doing for the next few months. It's going to be a slight caloric surplus. It's going to take a few weeks to kind of trial and error what that exact calorie number is. But the breakdown is going to be at least 200 grams of protein. And then as far as carbs and fats go, we'll kind of work that out. I'm only about 165 pounds right now, which is very, very light. I'm not a tall person by any definition, but even at my height, 165 pounds is pretty light. And it wasn't so long ago, actually a little over a year ago, where I was in the 210s. So I've made a lot of progress. Now that I feel like I'm past those days, it's time to really start putting on good size, healthy size, and increase strength at the same time. I feel like I'm in really good shape right now. Like I said, I just finished this 6-week program to kind of shred down. I feel like I'm in really good shape right now, but since I haven't been able to go to an actual gym in a couple months, strength overall across the board is pretty down as well. I assume, because I haven't been able to do like a straight barbell bench press in a couple months, I assume my maxes are down. which is fine. We'll slowly get back into that once the time comes. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into that first meal. So just got back from the grocery store and gonna go through everything, kind of show you what I got. Like I said earlier, gonna be going into a new kind of eating program. It's gonna be a slight caloric surplus, probably around 3,000 calories a day. It's gonna take a couple weeks of trial and error to try and see what that slight bulk is gonna be, that number. Just because I'm the lightest I've been in a long time. I'm under 170 pounds, which is really, really light. So I wanna gain weight, but not too much too fast. So we're gonna play around with the numbers over the course of the next few weeks, try and see what that good, maybe a pound every week, gaining a pound or pound and a half every week. Try and find out what that number is. So it'll take, you know, a week, weigh yourself every Saturday or so, see what your progress is, eating very consistently in those days in between. So, but let's go into what we got. A lot of stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and unpack it right now, and then we'll see what we got. Got it all unpacked now. I'm just gonna run quickly through everything that I got. First thing, we have about 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I try to keep, you know, to about 2 or 3 different protein sources throughout the week, just to, you know, keep it simple, not having to think too much about it. So this week's probably going to be this chicken breast, and then right next to it, some organic ground beef, 85-15. That's my favorite ratio. I think if you go too much more lean, you know, you start to really suffer on the flavor. So, and yeah, you pay a little extra for the organic grass-fed, but you know, digestibility is a big part of it too. You know, it's kind of pointless to eat all this protein, and then if you can't process it very well, you know, it's kind of not worth it. So go pay the extra couple bucks, get the grass fed. That's my thing. Got some yellow potatoes right here, the gold potatoes. Be chopping those up, eat those with dinner or in the morning. Keep moving right along. We got a little vodka sauce, which is my favorite pasta sauce. You know, now that I'm able to eat more calories, pasta sauces definitely going to be part of the diet. Right behind that, some reduced fat shredded cheese, pre-shredded because I'm lazy and I don't like, you know, getting the cheese grater dirty. It is a little more expensive again, but convenience to me, I think it's worth it on this. One of the things you'll see that I eat a lot are little burrito bowls. So that's why I have the cheese. Right here you see I have a little bit of pre-sliced jalapenos. Big ass bottle of Tapatio. It's $2. That'll last me a couple months probably. Right next to that, speaking of stuff that'll last a long time, some sugar-free syrup. Probably using that once a week maybe. So that'll last a long time. Again, for the burrito bowls, a little bit of light sour cream. I eat a shitload of avocados. Whether the meal I'm about to make right now is actually going to be some avocado toast. Going to be eating that a lot. Again, with the burrito bowls, have some avocado with that. Just a really good fat source, and they taste so good. One of my favorite things. These are just some frozen shredded potatoes. Not a lot of ingredients. Really easy to cook in the morning with some eggs. So that'll be a nice, easy, convenient carb source. Be using that a lot. Again, with the burrito bowls. Got some beans. I have black beans already in our cabinet. So got black beans. Got these refried beans. Usually add a little bit of corn to that. Yeah, it's really, really good. Really satisfying. Got my man G Hughes, sugar free. If that wants to focus. Can you see G Hughes? Oh damn. Okay, well, sugar free barbecue sauce. The hickory flavor is one of my favorites. Really tasty. Moving right along, sugar-free jam, or preserves rather, strawberry. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches when you're trying to get those calories in. Really easy way to get that. As far as low-calorie ice creams go, Halo Top, definitely the best one. This is the oatmeal cookie flavor, pretty good. Greek yogurts, really good source of protein. Got 2 different kinds here. This is the zero fat. It's all about the ratio of protein to carbs. So you see, you always want to have more more protein than carbs if you can. So this 18-to-5 ratio is really good. But this quite honestly tastes really bad by itself. It's pretty bland. So what I typically do is you take a serving or a half serving of the plain disgusting kind, and you mix it with a flavored kind. So if we go back and look at this ratio, you'll see that it's not as good, 17-to-14 carb to protein. But the more carbs it has, the better it's going to taste, because carbs equals sugar, sugar equals it tastes better. So you mix a half serving of each, eat it with some of these Fiber One brownies, and you got a great meal right before bed. Some more pasta sauce here, marinara, Newman's Own. It was one of the cheaper ones, so that's what I got. Whole grain spaghetti, good stuff. On my previous diet, which was pretty low carb, I couldn't really fit anything like ice cream, or even if it was diet ice cream, couldn't fit stuff like that in. But now that I can, definitely gonna indulge a little bit of sweetness at the end of the night. So one of these, I think it's only 160 calories for one of these. And they're not big by any means, but just something sweet at the end of the night can go a long way for your mental sanity. The best bread in the world right here, Dave's Killer Bread. I like the 21 whole grain. Macro wise, pretty standard. 110 calories a slice. You get 5 grams of protein in every slice. Look at that, 5 grams of fiber in every slice. So one of the things I struggled with on this last diet was getting enough fiber in. So the stuff I got in this haul will definitely help with that, whether it's the beans and the corn, the fiber brownies, the fiber in this good bread. It'll really help with getting all of that in. Wrapping up, more whole grain pasta, that's the penne. And then I was recommended this, I forgot, I was watching some YouTuber, but they said this is really, really good, and it's only 100 calories per popped bag. Again, I won't be eating this every day, so this will last me a couple weeks, just a quick snack every now and again. Picked up a little bottle of hand sanitizer. They had it at the register, so it was like $2. I said, hey, why not? And then last but not least, this is whole milk, which is something my mother would freak out about if she saw. Because we never had whole milk growing up. It was always fat-free, maybe 2% if we were lucky. But when you're going from 1,800 calories a day to like 3,000 a day, the beginning of that transition is going to be kind of hard, So I need relatively easy ways to get those calories in. So stuff like whole milk, the cheeses, the fattier pieces of meat, just to try and hit those numbers. That's gonna help a lot. So. Like a good calorie dense snack would be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on my Dave's Killer Bread. Wash it down with a glass of whole milk, and that'd be a great meal. Probably 400 or 500 calories in that meal. Probably more than that. Probably 500-600. Really satisfying too. So got to get those calories in. As I get more used to the increased macros, it'll be easier, and I won't have to drink the stuff like whole milk. But again, in that first couple weeks, I'll need a little bit of help. Well, that's going to do it for this quick little grocery haul. It cost me about $105 for everything, but like I said, a lot of this stuff will last me, a couple weeks. The sauces, the hot sauce, the G-Hues, the frozen potatoes, that'll last a little bit. The jalapenos will last. The popcorn, probably take a couple weeks to get through that. Same with the fiber brownies. But stuff like the avocados, I roll through avocados pretty quickly. The protein sources, obviously, you want to eat those as soon as you can, unless you're going to freeze them. The cheese will probably last at least a week, depending on how much I eat. But and same with the milk. Got some avocado toast in the works. That's one full avocado, about 115 grams worth. A little YouTube playing in the background. Sriracha is going to go on top. Got my bread that's working right over here. Get nice and toasty. Eggs are going down. Gonna let those cook a little bit more. Flip them. Get them nice and cooked. I like the yolk a little bit runny. So we kind of crack it open. It goes all over the bread and the avocado. Delicious. A little iced coffee action. This is going to be a great breakfast. like I said earlier, avocado toast wasn't something I could really do on my previous caloric restriction. And it wasn't even so much the calories, it was more the carbs. I was trying to stay under 100 carbs a day. Total carbs, not net carbs. But now that we've kind of adjusted the numbers, we can definitely fit avocado toast in. And to me, it's one of like the best breakfasts you could have. You got a little bit of protein from the eggs, obviously. A lot of great healthy fat, avocado and the egg yolks. And then the Dave's Killer Bread is just fantastic. And it just tastes really good, very satisfying. Pair that with a nice iced coffee, then have maybe a protein shake a little bit later, and then it's a great start to the day. So look how good this turned out. I mean, just look at this. I mean, that is beautiful. Nice toasty bread, a whole avocado, 2 eggs, a little sriracha drizzle on top, a little bit of extra avocado on the side. About to finish that iced coffee down, and this is just like a perfect breakfast to me. Yeah, pretty good. I did the step-by-step instructions on my Instagram story, so follow me on Instagram at domsum, DOMSUM, and yeah, gonna crush this in about 2 minutes. Okay, back again. It's kind of been an unexpectedly busy day. After I finished the avocado toast, I had to unexpectedly run out and was actually gone for a few hours, so it's actually 4:30 right now, and I've still only had one meal today. The only other thing I had while I was out was Starbucks. So definitely need to get some more food in, and so meal number 2 is about to be cooked. So let's just show you what we got. I've already went out and measured. This is about 6.5 ounces of raw chicken breast. Gonna do about 6 ounces of gold potato. Gonna cook that up. Nothing too fancy. Gonna serve it with probably a serving of cheese and probably some barbecue sauce. That's pretty much gonna be it for this meal. It's gonna be a relatively smaller meal, so that a little bit later, there I am, a little bit later, I can have a nice dinner. Probably gonna do a burrito bowl for dinner. So go ahead and start cooking that up, eat that, and then I'll work out probably an hour, hour and a half after I finish that, just to give some time to digest a little bit. And around that time, after the workout, it'll be time for dinner. So one little tip I have for cooking potatoes is chop them up, dice them into little, little pieces, and then just toss this whole thing in the microwave for about a minute. That way they're gonna cook a lot faster in the pan. Season them up a little bit, but I'm just gonna do a little bit of cooking spray first, butter flavored. Just a quick little spray on there to get it going a little bit. And then after they cook for a little bit, I'll drizzle a little olive oil over it. Not too much. If you're really strict with your calories, you'll want to track that to get an exact measurement. But for right now, I have a decent enough eye at doing that, so probably be about a tablespoon's worth, which is actually a lot of calories. It's over 100 calories for a tablespoon. So, but it'll make the potatoes cook a lot better, and it'll make it taste a lot better too. And I need to get some calories in because it's almost 5 o'clock and I've only had one meal today. So no harm, no foul on that. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. I mean, look what we have right here. Can you see that? On the left, you have your golden fried potatoes, a little bit of olive oil. On the right, again, 6 ounces of chicken breast. Toppings to make it taste a whole lot better. Over here, about a half serving of light sour cream, only about 20 calories. So, I mean, sour cream and potatoes, awesome. G. Hughes, the hickory barbecue sauce, goes great with the chicken and potatoes together. And then, again, about a half serving of the light or the reduced fat shredded cheese. So this is gonna go down no problem. I'm gonna finish that really quickly. Then touch base again right around the workout, and then we'll have dinner after that. Oh yeah. Oh man, that lighting is nice. So it's been about an hour and a half since we had that last meal, the chicken, potatoes, really tasty by the way. But now I feel good enough to go ahead and try and get this workout in. I've just been running late all day. It's almost 7:15 now. Got a late start on the day in general. Went did the grocery haul this morning. So I've only had about 1,400 calories today, and again, we're trying to get to about 3,000 for the day, so definitely have some work to do. But we have at least 2 more meals to go. So right now we're going to try and get a quick workout in, and I'll quickly show you my setup. So this is just my spare room. Call this cardio row right here. We got a spin bike right here in front of a spare closet. Makeshift dumbbell rack, only goes up to as high as 20-pound dumbbells. Here's the rest of them over here. I got a 25-pound kettlebell, the dog toy just in the way. Little yoga mat for some stretching, sit-ups, push-ups. I have a barbell. There's some 25-pound plates on there right now. I have 2 45-pound plates. And then here's the rest of cardio row, treadmill and a Stairmaster, and just some miscellaneous wood in the background, TV. So this is kind of what I've been working with during the whole quarantine. Definitely not ideal, but better than a lot of people have, I'm sure, especially as far as the cardio goes. And that's why it's been easy to be on kind of a cutting diet and have a lot of cardio equipment to utilize. So I think I'm just going to do some deadlifting, and then probably do a little circuit with the deadlifts, then do kettlebells and push-ups, maybe some lateral raises with the dumbbells. You know, just trying to break a sweat, get some compounds in there, and then some isolations as well. I'm not jacked by any means, especially after this cutting program where, you know, I really lost a lot of size trying to shred down. So now, hopefully with the calories I'll be taking in, being in a nice surplus, be able to put on some strength and some size. That's the goal. So, and I'm going to be limiting the cardio a lot. Probably just do cardio twice a week now, whereas before I was doing it at least 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes 6. So that's what we're going to get into. I'm not going to record too much, if any, just because I'm trying to get this done as soon as possible to try and get more food in. I don't want to be eating, you know, at 11 o'clock at night, trying to get in my 3,000th calorie. So we'll get into this right now, and then we'll pick up in a little bit. I just finished up a quick little workout. Was going to deadlift, did about 2 sets. I felt a little tightness in my back as I was working up in weight, and just didn't feel like pushing it, so scrapped the deadlifts. Did just kind of an upper body circuit. Did some rows, some overhead press, some lateral raises, some reverse lateral raises, push-ups, some planks, some stuff with the kettlebell. Really need to get a better program, a more strategic, a more consistent program. Lately it's just been getting into my little workshop, break a sweat, lift some heavy stuff, as heavy as you can, you know. And it's just hard to get like a really good program down without having access to a gym, because all my knowledge and research as far as like bodybuilding or powerlifting all goes assuming you have a gym to go to. So one of the struggles right now is that. So, you know, we'll see how, hopefully gyms start to open soon. Things are slowly starting to open up in SoCal, so hopefully we get there sooner rather than later. But gonna go ahead and go upstairs, shower real quick, probably get a scoop of protein in while I'm doing that and changing, and then I'll come down and cook dinner. And after that, we'll really just have probably one more meal after that. We'll see how much I can get down in this dinner time meal, because that'll depend on how many calories we need to get in the last meal before the end of the night. So hopefully my hunger comes to me in the next 15-20 minutes, because I'm not really hungry right now, so fingers crossed on that. Man, I messed up today, guys. I got a late start, like I've said a bunch of times. It's almost 9 o'clock and I'm about to start cooking dinner. I'm not going to record too much of the actual cooking, just so I can try and get this done as soon as possible. So I'm going to cook all that up, show you the finished product. After that, we'll get into the dessert, second dinner, whatever you want to call it, to try and finish up those macros for the day. So I'm going to be making a burrito bowl. Going to have some brown rice, some ground beef, probably some beans, cheese, sour cream, jalapenos, hot sauce, good stuff. It's going to be really satisfying, and then we'll get into the rest of the food after that. pretty good. Pretty good. Now we move on to... Oh man, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now. Finished up with dinner. It's 10 o'clock at night. Finished dinner, dessert, and cleaned up a little bit. We had the burrito bowl, rice, ground beef, sour cream, cheese, hot sauce. I didn't feel like busting out the beans or the corn. Just volume was not the issue tonight. I wasn't worried about getting a lot of volume in. So I just left it out, kept it pretty simple. So I had that, ate it, you know, towards the end I was getting a little full, but got it all down. And then the dessert, the pint of Halo Top, the oatmeal cookie, took me a few minutes, but I was able to eat the whole thing, and it was really good. So that helps, obviously. So I'm only at about 2,300 and some change, so a little over 2,300 calories for the day. And like I said earlier, the goal for the day is 3,000, which I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna go down again and start eating in a bit. I just had to come upstairs and like relax for a second, because you know it's tough to you know, go from 1,800 a day and no carbs to 3,000 a day and a bunch of carbs. It's gonna take a little time to adjust, but it's not the worst problem to have in the world. So looking forward to that. And overall, I've had a pretty good day. It's been a long day. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now, and it's unfortunate, but just trying to stay focused on what I need to do and focused on my goals, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then right now my goal is another 700 or so calories. It's probably going to be in the form of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a big ass glass of milk. I don't know if that'll get me all the way there. I might have to supplement it with something else, but we'll go back down there and put all that together, and hopefully that'll get us to the end. So here we go. Well, we're about to finish this last meal. Made it to 10:30. Just whipped up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a tall glass of milk, and that'll work out to a little over 3,000 calories, about 3,050 actually. So I just threw on a bunch of peanut butter and hoped it would work out. When I actually tracked it all, it was a little over 3,000, so whatever. But actually, let me get my FitnessPal out and we can look at the, oops, let me go ahead and, let's see. So there's the sandwich. You see it's kind of falling off. I put a lot of peanut butter on there. Glass of milk. Let's see if we can look at this real quick. Is that gonna focus? There we go. Okay, so 213 grams of protein, 319 carbs. That's about a little over 3 days worth on my previous program, but whatever. 43 grams of fiber. That's about right on the money, actually. You know, I want about 40 grams a day, so that's good. Sugar, overall, not too bad. The jam I used was sugar-free, so that helped a lot. Fat, you know, 127 grams. Don't even worry about that. 82, that's just some arbitrary number. Don't worry about that. Fat, 127, not horrible. You know, maybe a little higher than I'd like, but that's okay. The protein, pretty good. It was aiming for around 200, so that'll work. Everything else pretty standard. Don't really care about cholesterol. Sodium doesn't count as long as you don't count it. And that number is pretty short because I didn't track like the Tapatio sauce, which is pretty much pure sodium. So that's okay. Vitamins don't really count. Really care about those either because I do supplement vitamins. So all in all, pretty good. I think today overall was a pretty good start. For the last time, I got a late start going this morning, so didn't eat that first meal till around 11 a.m. So I think in the next few weeks as we get into this program, if I can time the meals out a little bit better, I won't feel like I'm cramming too much food in at the end of the day, and it won't feel as much of a chore. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish eating this and then be back to wrap it up. Oh, okay, well, made it back up after finishing the sandwich and the milk. I'm not gonna lie, I am feeling a little sickly. um, that was a struggle. That last bite or two of the sandwich, I was like, oof. It was not going down that easy. The milk was good, you know, it's milk. So I finished that, you know, kind of easily. But it hit the numbers for the day, 3,000 calories. I wouldn't recommend cramming 1,600 calories into the last hour and a half of your night, like I did. You know, 1,600 calories, that's almost what I was eating in a full day for the past 6 weeks. So definitely not used to that. Hopefully I can fall asleep. It's made me kind of tired, so maybe that'll actually help a little bit. But I think that's where we're going to wrap up the video for now. Hope you enjoyed it. It's the first time doing something like this, so I know it probably wasn't the most highly produced video you've ever seen, but you know, hopefully it's the start of something and I'll get better and the quality will be better and the food will be better and I'll be able to actually eat with relative ease going forward. I've never been someone who can just eat tons and tons of food. Like, you know, when I was literally 50 pounds heavier, yeah, I could eat more. My appetite every now and then would be like, you know, endless. You know, it was off the chart. But since I lost that weight, and especially recently on this cut, my appetite's just not there. And dieting has been easier these past, you know, 18 months. Being on restricted calories has been easier for me than when I've tried to increase them back up. So something to keep an eye on. But overall, I had a good day, and I think it was a good start to this new program. I'll time the meals better going forward and hopefully have more success with that. So thank you for watching. Hope you made it to the end of the video, and I hope you'll stick around for the next one. So until next time, peace.